You see, I've come to the realization that the hatred for the Igbos amongst other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria is very, very real as daylight. Now, why did it take me this long? Because I was also in that pool that sees the Igbos as a necessary tribe to be hated. You know, after the Civil War, Gowon made a pronouncement in a guise to make it seem as if there was a desperate need to return to peace. And he made the infamous statement saying that no victor, no vanquished. But is that true? Is there really no victor? And is there really no vanquished? What do you understand by vanquished? To be vanquished is to be thoroughly beaten, thoroughly defeated. That is the meaning of vanquished. I think the problem of Nigeria is the refusal of the Igbos to remain vanquished after the Civil War. They have simply refused to become vanquished. Now, what this means is that the rest of us who think we are wiser than the Igbos, to some extent, we have been defeated. We have been defeated. Maybe in different ounces, maybe in different percentages. But the truth is that we have been defeated. Anybody that follows the Fulanis and the Yorubas to hate Igbos, you are part of the defeated. Because evidence have come out that the war was not exactly an Igbo war or an Igbo coup. I mean, the coup that led to the Civil War was not exactly an Igbo coup. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about more about recent things that have happened. That particularly the 2023 election, which to a large extent showcased some very extremist Yoruba people who clearly showed their unequivocal hatred for the Igbos. I recall the Yoruba man who said that whether they like it or not, I'm an Igbo and I'm an Igbo boy. I cannot vote for Igbo. Quote me anywhere. And more recently, the primate who said the Igbos are the problem of this country. It's like anybody who wants to hide his mischief and his unrepentant evil tends to divert people's attention to the Igbos. Am I saying that Igbos are perfect? No. Am I saying that there are no lousy, recalcitrant Igbos? Of course, no. But if you say they are with Igbos, they are in Igbos, you also have them everywhere. So why stereotype Igbos as a people that Nigeria must hate? Am I making this video seeking for the love of the Igbos? Absolutely not. Because I have videos that I have called the Igbos to question. But you see this aspect of this video, it's like there's an unspoken resolve by a group of people who feel important in Nigeria to ostracize the Igbos in any political permutation. Let me tell Nigerians, and I say this with the utmost conviction in me, so long as we keep thinking that there's a need to ostracize politically the Igbos in our national affairs, I swear, Nigeria will keep dabbling in this problem that we face. Nigeria will keep dabbling in this problem that we see until we begin to realize. I've learned ever since I took away this bias from my heart and decide to observe the Igbos and learn a thing or two from them. Trust me, I've had a peaceful heart. Because these are people that have tasked themselves that You are condemned to be successful at what you are doing. If it's in sport, they want to be successful. Business, they want to be successful. Professionally, that's professionally. Doctor, engineering, they want to be successful. What is a crime in pursuing success? Success. What's a crime in pursuing success? So I've chosen to learn from what drives them to attain success. Even academically, whatever they put their mind into, they want to succeed. So why hate them? So if whatever they put their mind into, that means if they also put their mind in fixing Nigerians' problem politically, they will also succeed. This is why I am rooting for the next president to be an Igbo man, and that's Peter Obi. Take it or leave it, until we take out this bias, unnecessary bias that we have against Igbos. We will keep going in circles in our problems.
Fellow Nigerians, I think over the past years, I've made a conscious decision not to be involved in racist comments, especially when it's coming from people who I believe are not well informed or who have a mental disorder, because I believe that racism and extreme tribalism is a mental disorder, and these people need to seek medical attention and be cured of their ailment. Now, when you look at the comments made by some man who claims he's speaking from the pulpit, who they call Primate Adewale, I have listened to this old man that should be responsible, that I believe should be a grandfather by now, sitting on the pulpit claiming to be speaking on behalf of God. I wonder which God he's talking about, and I wonder which God he's speaking from. He keeps lying to the people, claiming that he's prophesying, and he's been very active and very critical of the Igbo people, and has been making some very unacceptable and unruly, uneducated, uninformed, and very cynical comments about the Igbo people. Now, there comes a time when if an elder does not respect him or herself, then it becomes pertinent for some people to call that such an elder to order. I have watched that the police and the DSS have not found it necessary to speak to this man, so-called Primate Adeole, or whatever his name is. I listened to his comments and claiming that he was speaking from God, and I found it very disturbing. And these are things that can create ethnic tension and begin to cause further deep divide amongst people who claim that we are all Nigerians. In every generation, there are voices that rise up claiming divine authority. And they claim that God told them. They claim that God revealed to them. And oftentimes you find out that it's the Satan that is speaking to them, because the God that we serve will never give somebody a prophecy against another ethnic people, asking him or luring him towards an extermination of such people. The comments by this so-called primate, as people call him, is unacceptable, and people need to call this man to order. I think the Yoruba ethnic nationality needs to begin to look at certain comments made by the people there, and even in all the communities, both the Hausa and Igbo communities. Social media is social media. It is not meant, people are using social media to make money. People are using social media to inform. But over the past years now and months, we've seen that social media, especially for the Africans, have been seen have been used as a place for dissemination of falsehood and the creation of tension. I think the DSS and the police should invite this primate in and have a serious word with him, because the threat against the Igbo nation, we are beginning to take it very seriously, and people should not think that we are a very peaceful people. Because we keep quiet does not mean that we are not capable of defending ourselves. This nonsense needs to stop. It's becoming too much. You go into TikTok, all rooms are created, and when you listen to them, you begin to wonder what sort of level of deformity and mental madness is going on here. And nobody seems to be calling these people to order. I wish to speak to the primate himself, who claims that he is speaking from God. He should go and read 1 Thessalonians 5:21. If any prophecy contradicts the scripture, it is not definitely from God. And I can assure him that his prophecies are not from God. If he's in doubt again, let him go to Matthew 7:15-20. He should be educated. Old men like this have no place. They have been the people holding us back, holding this nation down over the years with their racism. They committed this same racism, this tribalism, leading to the murder of over 3 million people. We are seeing these religious bigots helping to fuel the crisis in the north. Thousands of people have been killed. Muslims, Christians, everybody is being killed because some elements are everywhere in this world, creating tension and using religion as a weapon of warfare. We need to bring these people in and stop this nonsense from them. From Southern Kaduna, they've practically wiped away the Christians in Southern Kaduna. They've moved to Benue. They've moved everywhere. This so-called primate, Oyedole, or whatever his name is on the pulpit claiming that he's hearing from God. And I tell you the truth, God is not speaking to you. Satan is speaking to you. If God can tell you those things you claim, then there is no God. Then nobody needs to serve a God. If the sort of God you preach is the sort of God that tells you to kill people, that tells you to prophesy against people that have done nothing to you. I even ask all of you, what has the Igbo nation done to you people? What has the Igbo nation? Has the Igbo nation ever attacked the Yoruba tribe or the Hausa tribe or the Fulani tribe? Have they killed anybody? Why is all this nonsensical racism and tribalism being allowed to be perpetrated in Nigeria? The other pig from the other side is talking and insulting people from the so-called Niger Delta. Every day it's Igbo on his mind. Nobody is calling him in. Nobody is reining these young people in, and it's becoming too much for people to bear. If the security services cannot call these people to question and cannot call them to order, I think the Igbo people need to give them back to back whatever they want. This whole racism in Nigeria that is taking a new dimension has to stop. Somebody needs to put a stop to it. And Primate Oyedola, or whatever your name is, if you truly are a man of God, which I question, you have no business in the pulpit. You should be in the concentration camp somewhere in Germany during the Hitler time and be doing what Hitler is doing. You are not better than Hitler. You are not better than Hitler. It was hatred fueled by Hitler that led to the extermination of over 6 million people. And men like you ought not to have a microphone. Men like you ought not to be in the public space. An old man like you who should be a grandfather. What is wrong with people like you? And I urge my Igbo brothers and sisters, please do not take this insult from anybody anymore. Anybody who comes for us, go for them. If they come online, go for them online. If they come physical, defend yourself. This nonsense has to stop. We have become too peaceful that everybody is taking us for granted. Every thought can come out from everywhere, and Igbo people will be his breakfast and dinner and supper. Our young people, you need to rise and begin to defend yourself, your mental state, and everything that you need to defend yourself for. If they come for us, go for them. Stop playing this Catholic thing that they slap us, we turn the other cheek. No, it's no longer going to work anymore. They are preparing for a genocide against us. When they begin to disseminate this falsehood against us, they begin to create envy, wickedness, and greed. And before you know it, it become a physical attack on us. We saw it during the last election. We saw it after the election, what the governor of Lagos is doing, targeting a particular people, wiping out their investment. It is going to grow if we don't put a stop to it. Nobody should have any right to make you uncomfortable in Nigeria. If Nigerians don't want you, they have the Senate, they have the House of Reps, let them pass a law and we go our separate places. This nonsense is becoming too much. Defend yourself, Igbo people. Defend yourself online. Defend yourself anywhere. Anybody who comes for you, go for the person. We have a right to exist. And if they think we don't have that right to exist, they can then have a referendum and let's get out of the hell. This is becoming too unbearable.
Go to all the state capital in Nigeria. You find out that it is Igbo properties that are in majority. Apart from the indigenous people itself, the second, when you say indigenous people, I mean those who own the land, apart from them. The next people who owns the highest property in those states, all states of the federation, I'm talking about the entire nation, is in the Igbo, is Igbos. Is either Igbos of Southeast or Igbos of South-South. But more in majority, Igbos of Southeast. So go to all the states. Now them get all the major investment. You know, go live to yourself. From Akwa Ibom, Kogi, everywhere. Now Igbos now get the highest property, apart from the indigenous owners of the land. Now, there is a new trend now that Igbos are beginning to kind of learn small, based on some of this sensitization we have been coming up with online, that please carry your investment, do your business in those places, do your business in anywhere you find yourself, no problem, but send your headquarters to the southeast. Take your headquarters of that business to the southeast so that you don't end up losing everything, should in case anything happens tomorrow. Whether you dey Kogi or you dey for Kafansha, anywhere you dey, do your business there. But send the headquarters. If your business don't develop reach that extent where you can create another office, send that office to Southeast. Forget, hey, they're going embezzle and they're going embezzle. If they embezzle and our Southeasterners now embezzle, no problem. Our Steve brothers now embezzle and the money goes back to our people. There is no room. We must not create any room whereby somebody will not come threaten you, you will not have the mind to fight back. That's very wrong. That is what has been the cause of Igbo, the problem Igbo have today. Because by the time you don't invest all the money finish for that place, once the threat come, you will keep quiet. You won't be able to talk. That is slavery. That is slavery. That one are waiting in the call slavery, because you don't invest so much in that place now. Now they are coming to threaten you. What do? You keep quiet, saying, Moku beg them, Moku beg them. This is why even some Igbos were thinking of going to beg Fulanis at one point, at some point, wanted to go and beg Fulanis. You know why? Because they felt like their investment and everything was going to be taken away from them. In the Igbo, the idea here is go and develop the Southeast. Take your headquarters. If you are an Igbo man, take your headquarters to the Southeast. In fact, I'm not even of the idea that you should take your investment to any other Igbo state. If you are an Anambra man, take your investment to Anambra. If you are an Imo State man, take your investment to Imo State. If you're from Abia State, take your investment to Abia. If you're from Delta State, take your investment to Anyoma. And then I'm not even subscribing to that idea that let's take our investment to Asaba. I don't know what is wrong with us. Invest in your own place. Invest in your own community. We want to go and tell Anyoma is getting this. Who are the ones developing Anyoma today now? They are the other southeastern states. So now them they carry their billions. They go Asaba now. They go invest for Asaba. Okay, leave that. I'm not saying Asaba, Delta, of course. Anyoma is our Igbo brothers. That idea is what I don't subscribe to. Go and invest in your own place. Your own place no day. Then do you, they get what they do you. Then do you something that they could turn your back away from your people. Yes, we know Anyoma is Igbo. Take your investment to your own place. They not turn your back spiritually. Say make you no stay for your community again. Make your eye no dey your people again. Make your eye no dey your state. Take that your investment to your own place. Igbo. If you be Anambra, take it to Anambra. If your southeast from Imo State, take it to Imo State. Enugu, take it to Enugu. That's what we are saying. If you're from Abia, River State, we that are Igbos in River State, take your investment to River State. Do not tell me that there is Port Harcourt, things are booming in Port Harcourt. I want to leave it, go. In fact, take the investment to your place. Forget Port Harcourt. I am a Rivers man. I'm an Ikwere man, an Igbo man from River State. I will not advise you to bring your investment to Port Harcourt. That place where you from, you know, better thing they come out from there. Can't you see that we all in Port Harcourt now are rushing to Abia State? Because everybody needs to go and buy things there now. Everywhere don't open up. Alex Oti don't open up everywhere for Abia State. Aba now, everybody wants to go to buy things in Aba because it's cheaper. You want to bring bush investment to River State now? What is happening here? I am not saying I'm an advocate. Of course, I will develop here. If I have money, I will develop here. But everybody should develop his place in the Igbo. Concentrate on Igbo land.
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. We've listened to everything they said and all I have to say is that the hate, the hatred and the smear campaign against the Igbos needs to stop because it's not making any sense at all. These guys have done their bit already. They've contributed immensely to the development of this country and to the growth of this country, and all you have to repay them is just to hate on them for no just cause. It's not making sense at all. This is my own opinion on this. Kindly drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.